Premier League 2021-22 Preview Number 12, Manchester City. Guardian writers predicted position, champions, NB. This is not necessarily Jamie Jackson's prediction, but the average of our writers' tips, last season's position, champions odds to win the league, via Oddschecker, 4-6 Pep Guardiola's vision for the season, domestic domination to roll on and claim a first European Cup. Simple to wish for, devilish to achieve as the 1-0 loss to Chelsea in May's Champions League final showed. But, Jack Grealish and Harry Kane. City have signed Aston Villa's totem, continue to pursue Kane, and rivals of the Guardiola juggernaut may ponder what the point is of competing in 2021-22. Or 2022-23, 23-24, 24-25. In Sheikh Mansour's decade-plus ownership, City have achieved half of what his petro-billions have been splurged for, a domestic dominance that has plundered 5 Premier Leagues, 6 League Cups and 2 FA Cups since 2011. If Guardiola adds Kane as well as Grealish's squad will surely be England's finest ever assembly of talent, and when it comes to success on the continent, the owner's second ambition, the manager will be left with zero excuses. Into the slot left by the club's record scorer, Sergio Aguero, 260 goals, 184 in the league, would slide Kane, England's number 9. Grealish is less heralded, but a more natural footballer who can be deployed left, right and centrally. They would enter a strong dressing room run by Fernandinho, who has extended his City career into a 9th season. Guardiola's first Xi would be formidable. Ederson, Walker, Stones, Diaz, Cancelo, Rodri, Foden, De Bruyne, Grealish, Sterling, Kane. If Kane is not signed, and an alternative not acquired, doubtful, the hope of European success is dented. But this will remain the side that claimed last year's championship convincingly and have garnered Champions League final experience. Of those on the fringes, Alexander Zinchenko, Aymeric Laporte, Nathan Ake, Benjamin Mendy, Ilkay Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, Fernandinho, Ferran Torres and Gabriel Jesus do not expect an exodus. City's ascendancy is built on an embarrassment of talent depth. When signing again, Fernandinho stated the job is not yet done, a reference, surely, to the space in the City trophy room reserved for the big-eared trophy. In the final, Guardiola's selection was a muddle when a bent for dropping players who have done little wrong was evident as he left out Cancelo for Zinchenko. Zinchenko failing to close down Mason Mount as the midfielder created Kai Havertz's winner. Guardiola's selection blues also featured no holding player as Rodri and Fernandinho were benched, an almost precedent move, and City performed as badly as they have done under Guardiola in the biggest game in the club's history. It means Guardiola is again accused of overthinking and will have agonized all summer over this. It means the generation's number 1 coach remains without a European Cup since 2011 and he will once more have City's next tilt framed by this. For added intrigue, keep an eye on his demeanor. He was close to horizontal towards the close of last season when the championship was a shoo-in and City bore down on the date with Chelsea and Porto. Will he be again? Guardiola pulled off a new trick last season, going back to basics when his team hit the crisis point of a draw at home to West Brom on 15 December that left them 8 points from the lead. His bent for relentless analysis first identified the problem, then came up with a solution that was simple and devastatingly effective. The diktat that his team were to pass more and run less in possession. The dividend? A breathtaking 15-match winning streak and his 3rd league title in the English game. The Champions League final farrago of leaving out both holding midfielders will be a topic for scrutiny, but he is unquestionably the sport's number 1. Ruben Dias ended his debut English season as the FA Footballer of the Year, but a hunch says City's gun centre-back is still susceptible to pace and may be found out if teams are able to get at him this way. Another ploy is to try bombardment by air as he and his defensive partner, John Stones, can be vulnerable here, too. The likelier scenario is that the 24-year-old will return another standout campaign, and if so, the Rearguard has every chance of being as parsimonious as last season. Sheikh Mansour is adored by supporters for an 11-year run of success. During lockdown, no staff were furloughed, and, like many clubs, City were proactive in supporting local communities and charities. This follows a regeneration of the club's East Manchester area, the £200 million splurge on its sprawling state-of-the-art City campus training facility, and investment in women's football, with the club having 8 starters for Great Britain in their opening Tokyo Olympics match against Chile. Raheem Sterling was the star act in England's run to the final and ended the tournament being voted into UEFA's official Euro 2020 team. This came after the forward ended 2020-21 as a fringe player under Guardiola, who confused the issue and surely the player by starting him in the Champions League final. Where he figures this season is a subplot to watch. The favored chant of "We're not really here" will surely be sung with extra gusto by those attending WAGs conscious of the ditty's extra irony humor. Why? Because fans were not actually there last season, but now they are. Also expect news songs about the former Reddish Vulcans junior Phil Foden, whose local boy status and wizardry with the ball makes the Stockport Iniesta City's new folk hero to follow the departed Aguero. The good a spacious fan-friendly experience, with spectators given no doubt they are valued. The bad the place has a soulless feel because of its former life as the 2002 Commonwealth Games venue, too much bare concrete. 6 years ago the club employed a design similar to one used from 1972 until 1997 that includes the ship for Manchester's canal and 3 diagonal stripes that represent the rivers Irwell, Medlock and Irk. The founding year 1894 was added for the first time. Discarded were 3 stars, the letters FC and the eagle in Latin motto. After the first press conference of the season, expect from correspondents. Pep Guardiola moaned again about the demands on all players, particularly after the Euros and Copa America. Number here for 2 months in. See above. 6 months in. Pep has had no run of serious injuries so far, just like last year. Number quella surprise on eve of a second Champions League final. Pep denies he made a mistake last year, but vows to select Rodri meet Moonchester and Moonbeam, who surely hail from a place called Blue Moon as they are, yes, blue and, yes, Blue Moon is the club anthem.